Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit Melissa at 1820 House in East Palestine, and I make brajol with Matt Pologo. But first, play ball. Glacier Sports is bringing baseball back to Youngstown. Well, the big kahuna around here is Brett Pizzullo. He is the director of operations. And this is like another little world here with the dome and the batting cages. And you really have a baseball operation going on here.
We do. We're really lucky down here. Our president of our board, Anthony Veras, does a great job providing opportunities to the kids in this area for them to improve their baseball skills. I believe very strongly in what we do here, and it's really exciting to see the kids. We have teams from 17U to 8U. We have about 14 teams in our program.
I mean, that's a lot. Now, 14 teams, think about that. I mean, that's a whole league. So other than this field, what other fields do you play on?
Okay, so we operate 10 total fields, 1 field here, 3 at Pemberton Park in Youngstown, and then 6 at Coke Fields in Austintown, Ohio.
Oh, so you really have that. That's quite a few. I didn't really realize there was that many at Coke Field. And then Pemberton, I thought it was interesting. You lease it from the city of Youngstown?
We do. So we agree to lease it from them, and then we operate it. Basically, we take care of it. We make sure the grass is cut, the fields are playable, and the surrounding areas look nice.
And I really like the way you were telling me about for the high schools that you offer your facilities free of charge to Cheney and to East?
Right. So in the winter, it's obviously we live in Youngstown, Ohio. It's it's snowy, it's sleety, it's cold, and that's the nice thing about Glaciers is we have an opportunity not just to hit, but to also work on their fielding in the dome. So we offer that to them free of charge, and we also, when they have their games, we offer that outside at Pemberton and at Coke Fields for them to play on.
I'm here in the dugout with a few members of the team. Now, your team is the Orioles, and this is Carly and Eddie. And I hear you're a pretty good hitter. Have you ever hit a home run?
Yeah.
You did? That must have felt great.
Yeah, it did.
Did you bat anybody in? Was it a solo homer?
I really don't remember.
Well, you should. It's like a hole-in-one, man. A home run's a big deal. Eddie, I saw you over there on first base. What position do you usually play?
Between first and second.
And now over here, I have got Miss Kaya and Miss India, and these two are on the Pirates. That's the other team, and the Reds, but we don't have any Reds here right now. So tell me, Miss India, what do you think about baseball? I think you look pretty good out there.
I really like it, enjoy playing it with my friends and learning about it.
What about you, Kaya? You think you'll continue playing baseball?
Yeah, but not for high school. They pitch too fast.
They do? So what, are you just going to stay like in an intramural league or just find some other teams?
I don't know. I'm probably going to run track and do volleyball.
Oh, track and volleyball. Well, this is still fun. Well, you remember my buddy, Mr. Mack. He is the director over at the Boys and Girls Club in Youngstown. And this is a really great venture to introduce kids to baseball. How did this all come to be?
Yes, ma'am. So about over a year ago, Ohio Glaciers, they approached about partnering together to bring inner city baseball back to Youngstown. So we said, hey, let's figure out how we can make this happen. And they went out and we raised some money and made it happen. So we decided to introduce our youth to 10, 11, and 12-year-old baseball. So Ohio Glacier has been great with doing lessons, and we come over here and they've trained some of our staff to be able to be coaches as well. But Todd and Brett have been great with our youth and getting our 3 teams ready to go and start a season this past spring.
Well, I think it was Brett when I was talking to him, and he said you cannot believe the difference in like 8 weeks of practice, the skill set that they have acquired. Kids that might have not had any baseball at all really have picked it up. Have you noticed that too?
Oh, definitely. We started coming back in the fall. So they were coming once a week in the fall. So they were getting lessons indoors in the fall and then throughout the winter, so that it's like it doesn't just stop in the off season, but they were still learning the basics. Every week they were getting better and better. And then next thing you know, once by the time we got to the spring, it was totally different. When they got uniforms, they got their gloves, they got hats, they got cleats. It was something special when they got to get out here and actually play on the ball field, being that they were indoors that entire time.
Well, I'm really sorry that we're not indoors today, because I think I picked the hottest day of the year to do this. Bill Sloan is a coach for the league, and you do all the leagues. You do the intercity league with the kids, and then the other ones.
I currently coach a 14U travel baseball team through the organization. There are coaches at every level, so there's a different coach for all the age groups, 8 through 17U. We have a different coach for all the different organizations, and we play travel baseball. And then, being that the community in the Mahoning Valley has been really generous with donations and our fundraisers, we're able to help out to try to bring baseball back to the city of Youngstown through the Boys and Girls Club. We're trying to get some teams established, some younger teams established. You know, Poland has good baseball, Canfield has good baseball. We need to bring baseball back to Youngstown. And like I said, through our fundraisers and a lot of good people in this valley, we've been able to do some of those things. Outside of just our teams and the parents, we've been able to kind of expand and help out the area. This
Facility is amazing. I mean, for year round, you know, between the dome and the batting cages and that, I mean, you practice year round, don't you?
Yeah, we practice. My team actually started in November, and I have one more tournament still coming up. So we play a lot of baseball here. I know when I first came in the organization, I said, man, I wish this was around when I was a kid. I would have never left. And my kids participate in the organization as well, and they love it. So
what is your specialty, Coach? Are you pitcher?
Yeah,
are you batting coach?
Yeah, I was a pitcher. There's a local baseball organization, Youngstown AA League. I pitched in that for 10 years, and I just love the game of baseball and like to pass it on to the kids, my team, and I like to practice more than I do play, and it's the honest to God's truth, so we have fun.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Well, we are here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery, and I am with Rude the Dude. And let me tell you, there is no place I'd rather be than this patio. It is beautiful. Sunday Fun Day is every day.
Well, yeah, Casey, winter's almost over, so the patio season is coming. We have one of the biggest patios in Boardman. Every Saturday, live entertainment. Other special events that we do, we have a car cruise every Wednesday, taking up the whole lot. It's a great event, a lot of beautiful cars. Our farm-to-table menu, we still support local ingredients, local products, meat and cheese local. We also have our happy hour, Monday through Friday, half off all 41 craft beers on tap.
And a lot of local beers
and tons
there
of local
too.
beer, tons of local beers. But it's just a great time to come out and enjoy Magic Tree.
The living is easy at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at ElizabethBernardLaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life, trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Woolley Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Woolley Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
R&S Paint is a locally owned paint store and not a paint department. Inspiration comes easy when choosing exciting Benjamin Moore colors and finish. Over 3,400 vibrant and durable colors are yours at R&S Paint.
Well, today is extra special. I have got Matt Prologo in the kitchen with me. Now, Matt said to me when I ran into him at lunch one day, you know, I should come on and make my family's recipe of brajol. I said, okay, you know, and then I talked to him. We went over all the ingredients. Of course, it's your dad's recipe.
It's my dad's recipe, yeah.
And, you know, usually I will give you the full ingredient list, but I have to watch him, and I'm going to get a general idea of amounts because we know little this, little that, and it was all eyeballed when your dad made it.
Yeah. So first we want to just pepper this up a little bit.
Nice. All
a
right.
little pepper on here. Okay. And then what I'd like to do if we want to start the mixing bowl. So we got now you can use breadcrumbs. I like the panko, Italian panko. You know, to me it's a little.
I went and got all the ingredients that Matt demanded.
Yeah, it's a little. And
and then
the Parmesan.
Parmesan. I got the shaved. I hope it's to your liking.
Shave will work.
Okay. And then this cheese.
Then that's a provolone mozzarella
mixture.
Shredded.
Okay.
You want to shred the provolone and mozzarella, and then we got a cup of it's a half a cup of parsley. Chopped parsley.
Chopped. He likes the curly. I bought the Italian.
Yeah, I think the curly got a little more flavor.
Okay.
And then a quarter cup of oregano.
Basil.
Or basil, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Chopped.
All right.
And then this is what I'm going to do with the garlic I like to do. My dad would always sprinkle a little bit like this.
Oh, see, I love garlic. You can't have enough garlic.
Can't have enough garlic. You know, get a little bit like that. Okay, and then the rest goes in there.
All right. Okay.
All right. And then we do a little bit of we throw an egg in there just to bind it.
Okay.
You know, with a little olive oil.
All right.
And then we can mix that up a little bit.
All right, you want me to do that?
Yeah. You mix that up, and then what I'm going to do is lay the prosciutto down.
Okay.
Now, some like to chop the prosciutto and throw it in the mixture, you know, when it's all in, you know, so it's all together. But my dad liked to layer it all out on his own, you know.
Well, I think it disintegrates almost because it's the real thin, and it'll add that nice bit of fat to it.
Absolutely, that's where the flavor comes in. Okay, and then what you want to do is we want to lay that out onto the brajol. Just spread it out there.
Like in one hunk?
Yeah. Well,
right in the middle?
Right in the middle, and I'll smooth it out.
Okay, you'll move it out. Okay, let me get you the rest.
This is how we want to do it.
Oh, like that?
Like
okay,
this.
sorry.
We'll spread it out like that, yeah.
All right.
We do this, we want to quarter 2 hard-boiled eggs.
All righty.
And then lay them down like this, right at the end that you're going to start the roll in.
Okay.
Okay, you want to lay these eggs down like this, and it throws a little bit more flavor into the piece when we're cooking it.
Oh, I was wondering what the heck we're gonna do with those.
We're gonna throw these down here. You know, you just got to start the roll here. Okay.
I mean, you did do a nice job. That is a nice, thin piece of meat, easy to work with.
It's a thin piece of meat. Okay. But another thing that I wanted to point out was when you're pounding this out and you're rolling it, okay, you want the grain of the meat is going from me left to right, okay?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you don't want to roll you want to roll the grain so when you cut it, okay, you're cutting against the grain. If you roll this the other way, when you cut it, it'll shred, it'll be like cutting, you know, shoe leather. After we mix it up, roll the log, what we want to do is sear it. So you can sear it in some hot oil.
Okay.
This is going to...
I know, the pan. Oh, it laid in pretty good.
Yeah, it laid in pretty good. Okay. So, after we take that out...
Now, we're going to keep using this oil, though, right?
I'm going to throw this oil right in here.
Now, what do you want this on?
I'll put that on medium-low.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, we're going to cook this stovetop because we can.
Yeah.
Because my mom happens to have...
This is where you want to put, as you want to get these onions caramelized in here.
Okay, and that's using the same olive oil
Same olive oil, yeah, from the beef.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And then what I like to do, a cup of wine.
Okay. Oh, beautiful.
That's a cup. You think that's a cup?
Yeah. We'll use a whole can?
Then you want to do the whole can of sauce. Just pour it right over top of that.
Okay.
You know? And if you want to, you know what? There's two things you can do with this. You can cook this like this, with this can.
Okay.
And you know what? Maybe a little water in there.
All right.
Okay.
About how much?
Maybe a quarter of a can. Okay.
Okay. And that way it gets the rest of the juice out too.
Yeah. So,
right.
you know, normally...
Is that enough?
That's enough. You throw it right on top of that.
On top?
Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to do... Now we can do a little salt and pepper just to season this a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
You know, what we normally do on a Sunday, okay, is this would cook in the sauce, you know,
Okay.
your Sunday gravy. This way you do it, if we want to throw another can of crushed tomatoes in there, what you can do is, after you're done cooking this braciole, after that we're going to put a lid on it here.
And we're going to cook this stovetop.
Stovetop about hour, 20 minutes.
Well, you saw that we added another can of crushed tomatoes about a half hour before the braciole was done.
Right.
So now we had enough to make pasta sauce. So we did a little angel hair, and this looks beautiful. Really, Matt, this looks perfectly done.
It smells good too.
And I pulled out a bottle of my Better Homemade. I just got this from Frank Rigetti. He and his brother, Bobby Remedio, made a batch.
This is good.
I want to share this with you.
And we did use a little in the recipe.
In the sauce.
We had to use a little in the recipe.
Thank you, Franklin. And it's really good homemade bread. And I'm dying to try your braciole. Oh, it's tender. Okay.
That's really tender.
Perfectly done. Perfectly done. But go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com, and look for this recipe. And Matt, you are coming back, right?
Oh, yes.
We have been talking.
We got more recipes to do.
A lot more to make, and we're going to share them with you. And I really appreciate it.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
There's a new standard in assisted living.
One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care.
Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location.
The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services.
And a truly elegant setting in Canfield.
Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
The world's best Beatles tribute band is coming to the Mahoning Valley. British Media performs live Friday, August 9th under a spectacular open-air structure behind St. Mary's Recreational Center. General admission tickets can be purchased online for just $65, including dinner and parking. Doors open at 6 p.m. and British Mania goes on at 7:30. Join us for an unforgettable evening of fine food and top-notch entertainment.
Selling engagement rings never gets old. It's love.
It's a huge undertaking because they're going to wear that ring probably forever, but if they're not going to wear it forever, they're going to pass it down to somebody.
Our rings will hold a lifetime, and we want to make sure it does. We stand by every single thing that we sell. I believe I can find the perfect ring. I really try to get them exactly what she would want.
And to just be a little part of that is really, it warms your heart inside.
Get real, get Kamara.
Well, trying to tie down Melissa Smith is pretty tough because she's very, very busy. And about 10 years ago, one of my very first interviews for the Casey Malone Show was with Melissa right here in East Palestine at the 1820 House Candle Factory. And I cannot believe the expansion and how much you have grown. And I'm seeing you everywhere. And with social media, you have exploded. I mean, it has been what, 20-fold?
It's been
that you have grown since then?
It's been a big deal. Yeah, you know, I started in basically a closet down here.
I know, and we got some of the old footage, so we have got to play some of that.
Yes, we were in like a closet, and we got some really big accounts that we landed for wholesale, and it caused some growth that was really positive, and so we had our first expansion from there. And then within the last 2 years, we had another growth spell, and we just took over this beautiful other side of our building, and we renovated it and made it our makerspace.
And I just love the look. I mean, you really do have a look about everything that you do regarding 1820. Streamlined too are your candles now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you really have the same look, you know, lends itself to the way your candles are.
I'm really a big stickler about branding, and I've always been adamant with any kind of new business out there that's looking to, you know, try to expand or make it. The branding is very important, and so we take care to reevaluate our line every, you know, few years to make sure that we are up with the trends, that we're competitive, that we are appealing to the buyer and the consumer, and so we're constantly doing product development, testing, working with our designer, and helping bring those things to reality.
Now, what are the difference between the three collections? You have, I mean, this obviously is your largest collection, but then you have the Bee Elixirs and the Rust Belt.
Right. Okay, so our largest collection is our signature collection, and we have the most variety in this collection. You're going to have your spices, vanillas, fruits, and florals, and so that's our staple. And we also have this collection, which is our aromatherapy collection. So if you are more into the natural smells, you like essential oil blends and some perfume grades that we use, because we don't like to deplete, obviously, all the nature's bounty, so some of these are lab created. So,
yes.
But they're very complex and they're very natural smelling and unique. And then our Rust Belt collection, it was just a fun thing to do. It's something that was an homage to our region and the Rust Belt, and so each scent has its own scent and story, and it's just kind of fun.
And you know, these are really fun facts. Did you know that Ohio was the 17th state to join the union? I did not know this.
Right.
And I love the story. And one tough cookie because
of
a variety of reasons.
Because they're resilient in Youngstown, and because of the Italian cookie table. Just seemed like a good fit.
I love the way this smells. I mean, really, this is, are you selling a lot of this?
We sell a lot of that.
I bet you the Rust Belt collection is very, very popular.
We've done really well with it.
And you know, how big is the online?
online is huge for us. And it's really awesome because, with like tax days coming up, and we have our website set up to where we can offer a discount code for those people who are looking to get a little relaxation. So we offer a code for that, or Mother's Day, or during the holidays, and we do offer a free shipping on a certain amount that you purchase. So if you can't make it down to East Palestine, we make it so that you can, shop online.
And online shopping is huge.
It is.
And and candles are perfect, and they're easy to ship, aren't they?
They are. They're easy to ship, and honestly, what else feel-good item could you purchase?
Everybody loves candles.
Everybody likes it. It's relaxing, it's enjoyable, and it's an inexpensive way to have something special for yourself.
What is the biggest lesson that you have learned in your journey?
My journey. Well, I can tell you,
it's been quite a journey.
It has been. It's been quite a journey, and I guess my thoughts are this: you have to love what you do. You have to be persevere to stick with it. You also have to have vision. You have to think outside the box and take chances. And honestly, I've had some fails and I've had some winning moments, and so those are all learning experiences. And I encourage people that if they're passionate about something, if you really work hard and put the effort in, it's totally possible.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.